welcome. Okay, there's so much I want to talk about today.
Hello.
Guys, but welcome everybody. We're gonna go ahead. Before we do, let's do numbers first, and then we'll make some introductions. We have some new people and agents in the room, so
absolutely.
Let's go ahead.
There's no specific order to this, so whoever wants to go first can go first. Otherwise, I'm gonna pick on somebody.
Your name again.
Troy.
Hi, Troy. Welcome.
How's it going?
We'll let everybody meet you in a second, but we start out by doing this every week.
Which is just numbers here. So, Fatima, would you like to go first?
Why not?
Yeah.
I would have volunteered, but I'm like, he's probably gonna pick on me anyway.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So, how many conversations have you held since last Tuesday?
Okay, so conversations. I kind of took a little beat, but it was still up there. I still had like 60 conversations.
Okay. Not bad.
And then contacts added. I would say about 7 contacts.
Nice.
I had 1 appointment. I have 1 today.
Okay.
None signed, none closed.
Okay.
Legion, just me being out, my spear, now social actually, because code is like
breaking boards.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that exercise.
Yeah, that was I had a lot of feedback on that video that, and then my little commercial or my little video, actually the appointment that I had today is from a family member who reached out. They were like, oh yeah, I'm going with you for sure. I don't care how long it takes me.
Great. And so the appointments is the one today mean 2, or is that the one?
Well, that's this week. The last.
Okay, got it. You're doing last. Okay. Perfect.
You got it.
Sweet. Great.
Adam, what you got?
62 conversations, 3 to command to my database, 2 appointments set.
Nice.
A verbal agreement, but I have not sent the paperwork yet, which stinks. They want time to look over it, so I gotta get on that.
Yeah.
No closings, lead generation. I sat through an 8-hour home stretch class, and I'm glad I did that. That's a qualifying class for 77 Minnesota programs, including the first generation home buyer, Ramsey County one. It's a unified class that everyone has to take to get it in 77 programs.
Yeah.
So I did the entire course, which
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. I met some folks, but also I understand a lot of stuff better now.
Yeah.
So it's good. And also did some opens.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And then
I shadowed David on the open house.
Great.
Oh yeah, David.
Sweet.
That's so good.
I learned a lot actually.
And then everyone, this is Troy. He just joined us here. He is going to be in the referral network for a little bit, and then back into the active network here. But he just joined us here from EXP Realty, so we're really, really excited to have him here. He is already a capper, so he won't be sticking around for too long, unfortunately, unless he really likes it here. And then we can figure that out later. Well, this is just kind of like seeing what productivity coaching is all about and that kind of stuff here too.
Excellent.
Nice video, by the way.
What's that?
Thanks for the nice video.
Oh
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that's a big deal.
For sure. And then that is his service dog, Rogue. Please ask before you pet her. But she's awesome too.
What's her name?
Rogue.
Yes, I love it
Like
so
Blue
much.
Meeting, Rogue for like Rogue. I'm a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
So, kind of like Rogue One. And also her sister's name is Storm.
Oh.
So like Rogue and Storm for like
That's cool.
Incredible.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that a Doberman? What kind of dog?
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd. Don't ask me. Okay. Clearly no. I'm sad.
Very nice.
Don't speak dog.
Very nice. I'm really laid back about it. So if you'd like to pet her, it's no big deal.
Nice. Awesome. Glad to have you both. Both.
If you're into dogs.
Yeah. Love it.
Awesome. Andy, what you got for us?
Give me 1 second. Okay. I had like 44 conversations.
Okay.
6 I had command.
Okay.
1 completely sets. Fire sign none at the moment, and the rest are zeros.
Okay. And lead gen.
I didn't do a lot of performance because I was a little bit sick, but I still do like flyers and just out and about. Just a normal person would do.
Nice.
But and then my church, but that's about it.
Yeah. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Hola.
Yeah.
Guys, data.
He's got it, he's good.
Good.
Last week I had 78 conversations
Nice.
and then 12 added to my database.
Okay.
One appointment, and then two under contract.
There we go. And then any closings since last week? Okay, that's good. And then Legion, so the events, I'm assuming.
Events all the way.
Events all the way, perfect. And we'll say sphere of influence as well. Brady, have you been able to track any of your numbers yet? I know that you're still new with everything. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to share.
Yeah, starting off small. Since, just got it yesterday, but
Yeah.
I've had 4 conversations.
Nice.
2 out of the database.
There we go.
Hopefully I should have one appointment by the end of the week, and then that should hopefully turn into a contract signed as well.
There we go.
Right out
Awesome.
of the gate.
Yeah,
Good.
and then Legion SOI stands for Sphere of Influence,
Yep.
so you already know.
Yep. And then just making calls,
There we go.
just talking to folks. I talked to a building inspector the other day, just trying to work with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Start branching out.
Business
Yeah.
partners and yeah.
absolutely. That's
You need your
perfect.
nested specialist. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right,
Good job.
Ashley. Hello, I'm trying to find your name on here.
I don't think I've actually done, I don't done this part of it before. to be
That's
Yeah.
okay.
honest.
Yeah.
But, I did not track.
That's okay.
And
Totally fine.
where are you guys tracking this to? Are you just taking it from command or are you just personally keeping track of everything?
Most people just keep track of it personally, like
Okay.
notebook or whatever works best for you.
Yep. And this is just part of your accountability, Dash. For
Actually,
sure.
your
Yep.
the goal is 100 conversations per week, so
Mhm.
that's roughly 20 conversations per day,
Okay.
because 5 working days. And then of those 100 conversations,
Mhm.
I forget what the conversion rate is to how many contacts you want added to your database. Do you know, Krista, off the top of your head?
Well, I honestly have had a lot of conversations.
Okay.
I had a benefit fair for my job, so I try to throw my information out there
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, we had groups of 20 coming down at a time.
Okay.
I also for Halloween had conversations with neighbors and things
Yeah.
of that too. So
Yeah.
I would say I was good about, at the lowest end, about a good maybe 50s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
We'll say 55.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then have you added anybody to your database?
Actually I did.
Yeah.
I did once. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
awesome. And then any appointments set?
No, I haven't said anything.
Okay. And then I'm assuming the contracts and the closings are also zero, so that's okay. So Legion, we can say company
Event.
party,
Yeah, our company.
party, Halloween, events. Perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Noelie, how's it going?
Good.
Good. What you got for us?
7 conversations.
Okay.
0,
Okay.
0, 0.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then work.
Work.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Anything else?
No, just work.
Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. Marco. Hi.
I got 5 conversations and zeros.
0, 0. I gotcha. And then for Legion, what have you been able to do?
But just sphere of influence and events.
Perfect. What kind of events?
I went to like a Halloween party thing. So
Yeah.
I kind of started chatting.
Absolutely. Like, wow, it's a great house. Hey, you want to buy a house?
That, hey, get your license, why don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Joe, how's it going? Good. What you got for us?
66. 5 added to the database, 1 appointment set, and then 0, 0. And then open houses
Nice.
and.
Right.
Work.
Yeah, I gotcha. Awesome.
A little bit of vocal.
A little bit of what?
Vocal.
Cold calling? Yeah, we'll add that for sure. That's important.
This also gives ideas, you guys. The
Uh-huh.
lead helps.
Absolutely. That's why we go over that too.
It's so good.
Nachmo, you are on Zoom, but I'll have you go ahead and share just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
As well. I'm not going to put you on screen because you're in a really dark room right now. But yeah, if you just want to quick introduce yourself as well here, that'd be great.
Hi everyone, my name is Najma. I'm new, so
Welcome.
I'm just starting real estate and I just applied my license last week. Still waiting for it. I don't know what else to say, but besides that, I'm good, I guess.
That is okay. Najmo, you are a leasing agent at, is it your apartment complex or how does that work again?
I was a leasing agent at Fine Associates, company. They're called Fine Associates. They have multiple complexes in Twin Cities. So I was the only leasing agent on one of their apartments.
Awesome. Yeah, that's like an automatic lead gen
Oh, yeah.
right there.
That's a
So
pipeline.
that's great.
Yeah.
And then Nan, you are also online here. Do you have any numbers for us?
Nan online here.
Yeah.
I have approximately 43 conversations and no ad, one appointment, no, I think the contract I had, no contract. And let's see, appointment,
Any
no
closings?
closings.
Okay.
And lead gen, I did an open house, shadowed an open house with David, and I am still doing the act of kindness with the winter mittens, sharing those.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. I believe that is
Okay, that's
everybody.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Whoa.
Numbers.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I have one more thing.
Nan had one more.
Oh,
Nan
sorry.
had one more.
Yes, that's okay. I am submitting a name for K-Score.
Oh, awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you so much, Dan. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
You also get a $5 coffee card too for any referrals. So we appreciate that. So make sure you stop by
Reach out.
Hannah's office and
Stop by Hannah.
let me know.
Okay, thanks.
Good job.
Well, thank you, Nan. Awesome. Roberts, I know you're coming in hot here, but do you have numbers for us?
Yeah, it's not as much as last time because Halloween, nobody was wanting to talk about real estate.
Sure.
In your costume.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, but I still got some good numbers though. I got like 60.
Okay.
And I didn't add anyone to
Okay.
that base.
Any appointments set?
No appointment set.
Okay. And then I'm assuming the rest are zeros.
Yeah, I got that lady I was telling you about, but it's not an appointment yet though.
Sure.
Because she didn't text me back yet.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. But
The gym mission.
yeah. I remember. And then Legion is still Uber, super influence, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll add Jim in there too. Perfect. Okay. That I believe is it for reporting numbers. I got everybody. Awesome.
So good.
And I will let Krista take it away here.
Thanks, Ethan.
Absolutely.
So good. Oh, and so let's celebrate Kayla. Today is her first closing in real estate. Okay, I'm gonna video you and you guys keep it up, okay? Okay, and then I'm gonna send this to her actually right now. Okay, ready? Let's go. Go, Kayla. Yeah. That is such a big accomplishment. I mean, yeah, it's huge and it's no small deal. That first one, especially, there's just a sense of accomplishment like nothing you've ever experienced before. It makes it all worth it. You need it for motivation and you will all get there, but there is nothing like that finish line and serving your client well and getting them there. It's painful sometimes. It's a lot of things, but it is so worthy of celebrating. So I'm sending this to her right now. And we can just celebrate each other's wins. And I was going to say, with the reporting of numbers, you guys, it is so not meant to be a demotivator or a comparison game. It is meant to be a motivator. So don't sink in your chair if you don't have some of the numbers that are up here. We're at different stages in this journey. Some of you are just getting your waiting for that license to arrive. So just by a show of hands, how many of you are part-time agents in this room? Okay, it's just helpful to know. And then how about full-time? Like all the eggs in the real estate basket.
Actually makes you part-time or full-time in real estate. Like what's the like task amount, like hours served? Because
no, it's not so much hourly. To me, it's like you have all your eggs in that basket, right? So like you don't have that side hustle or that, yeah, where you're just kind of all in real estate. You know, Taylor would be that guy.
I mean, I kind of feel like I'm all real estate, but I do have the side hustle. So I guess it is.
I suppose, yeah. Joy, what would you say?
Somebody asked me if I'm a or what I do for a living, I'm a real estate agent.
Right, yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's pretty clear. Yeah. What about online? Nan? Would you consider yourself part-time, full-time agent?
Oh, I would say full-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. Cool. Well, there's so much I want to talk about, but I thought I'm already going to get off topic right away. Because real life experience. Yeah, I'm just going to share it and then I'm going to get your opinion. So I had a listing appointment last night with some friends of mine from a former church, and they had made the reach. They're looking to buy, sell. So I went in really like pretty confident, like this is just a done deal. And so we're talking through all the things. And then at one point, one of or the other of them said, "No, did you tell her that we were thinking of selling ourselves?" And I was like, hold up, what? What the what? Like, why am I here? What? I missed that memo altogether. And so right on the spot, they wanted to know what I can provide versus for sale by owner. Talk to me. Part of me, my face was saying, okay, yeah. And then my thought bubbles were like, what is happening right now? I had to pivot real quick, like expect the unexpected. I thought I had this thing.
So they're basically just trying to ask you, or trying to get guidance on how to do it on their own instead of using your service, basically like that.
Yeah, they wanted to know what an agent brings to the table.
That's your time to shine.
Okay, so what do I say?
I mean,
What do I bring that they can't do just on their own?
well, one thing is high level of communication, especially like with other agents, with people that are coming and seeing the property. You're communicating with everybody, all parties. You're also doing all the paperwork. You're handling all that stuff for them, and guiding them through the process, walking them through what if there's multiple offers, which offer probably is best for them, guiding them through the entire process. I mean, there's so much to it. I think those are some of the most important ones. Am I missing something
good.
else? That's super
And also like the negotiation process.
Yes.
And also like knowing the market, because we know the market a lot more than they do. And the numbers shift so much. So in order for them to know when that shift happens, they're not in it that way to know when that shift happens or how, to go about it or how to go negotiate that
Yep.
process.
I would say overall, your level of expertise is what I'm hearing. But I think what I would ask them is kind of like the magic phrase, what's your experience in selling homes? Like, if do they have experience? You're a well experienced agent and you have results to show that. If you're saying you specifically, like, I don't know, sometimes we want to stay away from sounding so salesy and just talking about ourselves. But if they're asking you specifically for you, you have the know-how. And so I would start off with asking them, like, what's your experience in selling homes? Like, how's that going for you? How's it going for you so far? And kind of trying to dig into them first and like, well, this is what I can add to that. So you can kind of have a base on what to respond to and how to respond.
Yeah. What do you think the motivation is for somebody to be interested in for sale by owner?
3%.
Save money,
Save money.
not pay the commission.
Right.
That's at the end of the day, that's what it's about, but that's where you show value to what you can bring. And I'll read kind of a side-by-side comparison that you can take with you, and I can send this to you too. But I had to come up with, on the fly, I had to kind of pivot, like shift in my head. Okay, I know what I can offer, but how do I articulate it? How do I sell? Now I gotta sell what I can bring.
And the 240 other agents. That's what I would say.
That's 100%.
And also the
Yep.
the marketing that you're gonna do throughout the neighborhoods, through open
All of it.
houses, door knocking, mailers.
Yep.
Are they in a position to do all that stuff? Do they even have access to how to do all that stuff in a practical way? Will it look professional if they even did that stuff?
Yeah.
But yeah, act with all the agents here and all the buyers here.
I like what Robert said too, like if you get them very active in the conversation by asking them questions.
Yeah.
Like, what is your experience with selling houses? What is your experience with marketing your property?
Yeah.
Let's say they did have it on the market for sale by owner.
Yeah.
You could be like, well, how's that going for you? Like, Are you
Yeah.
getting a lot of showings?
Yeah,
Well, here's
that's
what I could do
they,
to help.
Yeah, a lot of times when they market their stuff, they're just putting it on social or they're just word of mouth.
Yeah, you're
They're
so,
not even
so limited
doing
in the
a lot of-
reach.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I mean, it would bring the motivation to listen. This is done right for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just asking like how that, like Joseph, how's it going?
Yeah.
Because that's where like you have to know like if they're having people with interest coming or serious buyers offers, because like you said, you just wanna see how like if you can match that value or like bring something on the table, what you can bring like resources and tools on. So that's what I would
Yeah.
usually do.
Good.
Taking you out the hot seat, putting them into the hot seat. Like, do you really
Heard it.
know what you're doing?
Good.
Cause I feel like besides just saving a commission, I forgot, Jen's friend that was talking to us, another thing is they think that they don't need you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
like-
it's a wake-up call for sure.
Like, I was,
Yeah.
Gavin was saying, it's
Let me
like,
just read through. So I went home and, oh, go ahead.
Could you also ask them how they're gonna do against a professional buyer's agent whose job it is by law to get the very best deal for their buyers, that knows every word of every contract and every trick in the book in order to get them cheapest deal and can rip them off as best they can, because that's their job as
Yeah.
buyer's agent. And are you in a position to face that person and win?
Yep.
Because
It goes
Christa is.
on and on. So here's just some nuggets. Okay, selling your home for sale by owner versus hiring an agent. So pricing the home. When you sell on your own, it's tough to know exactly where to price. So most sellers either overshoot or leave money on the table. With an agent studies the market data, buyer trends, competing listings to position your home so it attracts attention and top dollar. Marketing exposure for sale by owner. Typically you get seen by whoever happens to drive by or check a few websites. Agents market on the MLS across hundreds of sites, social media, professional networks, buyer databases, so your home gets in front of all the right people fast. So efficiency. Negotiation and emotions. When you sell your own home, it's easy to take feedback personally or feel pressure during offers. A good agent stays calm and strategic. You're the calm presence in the room. Handling the tough conversations so you don't have to. There is an art of that. The negotiations is no small deal. You can't minimize that. That's why even promoting your own self can be hard, right? But you have somebody do a review on you. It's like, gosh, like get after it. Paperwork and legal details. There's a lot that goes into disclosures, contracts, timelines. One missed form or date can cost thousands. Agents handle all of that for you, keeping the sale compliant and protecting you from unnecessary risk. So you're a risk mediator. Time and convenience. Selling on your own means managing showings, calls, texts, inspections, and appraisals yourselves while juggling your regular life. I think people underestimate the amount of communication that an agent does on their behalf. And they're also going to get inundated with agents wanting to sell the home for them, right? So the Ben Mains will be all over them because they'll want to say, let me help you sell your home. That's no small deal because there are lists of for sale by owner that agents just latch onto. So you're going to get bombarded. You're not going to know if they're calling to see your house or if they're calling to win you as their client. And then net proceeds, even after paying a commission, sellers who use an agent often walk away with more money because the home sells for a higher price and with fewer costly mistakes. And then just the overall experience for sale by owner can be done, but it's usually a full-time job with a steep learning curve. And working with an experienced agent makes the process smoother, less stressful, and often more profitable. So just to name a few, this isn't even what we're talking about today, but it was fresh last night and I was like, oh, that's a coaching moment because it's a thing. I just went in thinking I knew, and then it just turned quick.
Did you get it?
Okay, so TBD. So I followed up with them. I definitely have the buy side.
Yeah.
They're going to take a minute to kind of think through all the things, but I followed up with the pros and cons. Yeah. And I sent them the buyer docs to get them on that side to get them attached to the next place. So that time will kind of be of the essence. But yeah, they're in a beautiful position. Their home is really pride of ownership is evident. They could probably list tomorrow. That's rare, but they have a beautiful home. So they know they could probably sell quickly, but they're looking for a needle in a haystack on the buy side. So they're all so different. So we're going to get after the buy side and hopefully the list side will come along and connected. Yeah. So that's where we're at. But okay, thanks for your input. Expect the unexpected is what I have to say.
I like that side by side comparison that you did as well. That's really good.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's the facts. They don't know. They just think it's a matter of money.
Mhm.
And it's so much more than that. Yeah. So today, become a market expert. And so this is from the Rookie Real Estate Agent, chapter 4. So we're going to just talk about how market knowledge builds trust and confidence, and how even as a new agent, you can start showing expertise right away. Like you don't have to be in this for 20 some years. Troy, how long have you been in real estate?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Yeah, cool. All right, what makes a market expert? Someone clients trust for guidance. Yep. Knows local stats and trends. Confident in pricing and negotiations, just to name a few. So when you think of a market expert, what comes to mind?
That.
All of that? Yeah, like would you expect that in
I
somebody
mean,
you're working with?
I think the biggest thing is trust, and like people are gonna work with who they trust
Mhm.
and who they like.
Yeah.
And then all that other stuff comes after. Like if you're very knowledgeable, it makes you stand out even more. If you're confident in pricing and negotiations, it makes you stand out even more. But I think what is the most important is the trust, for sure.
What about knowing like social events in areas and like restaurants and schools? Like, is that important?
Definitely.
I think so. I think it's also really easy to access on the internet though.
Yeah, it is.
What's going on in the area.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, knowing off the top of your head is.
I think that's something that people I know, like even in Uber, when I'm just talking about it, I feel like people kind of test my knowledge. And that's something that they bring up. They're like, oh, well, what schools are over here? What parks? If I don't want my kids to go to that school, what should I do? And then just kind of knowing how to navigate that, I guess.
Good.
And inside houses in that area, whether it be agent previews or showing other buyers or listings, and say, oh, have you been to this one? I've been there, and you would love this, you would hate this. I was in that house last week. What do you think of that?
That's actually a really easy conversation to have with people. Like I've been in open houses before people come in. I'm like, I was actually in the house down the street, and it's just such an easy conversation to have. I'm like, it's actually really not as nice as the photos make it look out to be. And this house is actually an
I'll save you some trouble.
That's good.
It actually
Sign here, let's go look at it in an hour.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, those are the fun conversations.
Okay, so you've talked about trust plus confidence equals opportunity, right? It's kind of what we've talked about in the past weeks, but your expertise earns client trust faster. So the more you know, the quicker they are to trust you. It helps convert leads into clients, gives confidence in negotiations and pricing, and then market knowledge equals credibility. So that's a lot of what we already talked about. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick market expert challenge. So just kind of group up maybe 3, and maybe online you can do this just in the chat. I want you to just off the top of your head, we're just gonna kind of test your knowledge, and it's gonna be funny. Okay, so how many homes are active in your area? Average price in your market, one current trend you notice, and then we'll come back.
Into your area being like where we live,
or whatever market, yeah, you feel like you kind of are specializing in or honing in on, if at all. And it's okay if you don't have anything at the moment. It's totally fine.
Can we go to our apps?
It's gonna be eye-opening.
This is eye-opening.
Not in on this.
And I was just like,
Conversation.
Yeah, whatever.
wanna come back.
I'm gonna need one. So I am.
Welcome to stay, but
Oh, I like it, but I didn't know.
you're welcome to.
Active in your area.
I would use that.
Yeah.
Average.
I remember being 525.
You're talking. We just kind of moved in.
Question?
I've been. You're running the show.
What are you doing?
Like this.
There was a lot more for sale when we were looking at small. Currently, there's like.
That is that's right. Oh, wait to happen.
That was a little low. Most of them are.
I like that.
I don't know, I guess our house is outlier, the day it got listed, we got an appointment. to see it. Normally, around the area, I've noticed that it's changed a little bit more, like 30 days out on the market. How's it trending there?
The holidays, right, they're getting rested because they're like, I don't know what.
Nobody wants to host it. Nobody wants to host it on a fresh house. But I guess, yeah, that's.
Yeah, I think, last time I checked.
I don't know, like, to that. What would I guess?
How many?
Our average, average price, I would think is, like six. There's a lot of like.
But if you were to say no to pictures.
So I'd say like.
You know, so.
Current, and I'm sorry.
Trying to notice something.
More likely.
Now.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of.
There's a weird.
Yeah, I did.
Price.
I need to dig into this.
It was 2 single family here, and you a townhouse, and you the townhouse.
Like, I know the,
Like 70.
house next door to me is on the market right now.
Wow.
They were buying it. Saying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been trying to branch out to that.
Their single family was renting, so it's kind of
I'll do the same, like, you know.
an average, kind of hard, so.
Adam?
I'll go 350, but I have no idea.
So I live in, we just moved to Rosemont. So I'm trying to.
1 minute.
Apple Valley living.
Everywhere.
Condos, 220. I think 280 townhouses.
So I kind of wanna like, like around there, and I wanna like ease of travel. This is really close, whatever, the new location where.
Whatever areas that you're.
Also really close. So I kind of want to just stay around.
Yeah,
Noticing is less
Yeah.
multiple
I'm
offers.
pretty sure there's
there are
a
multiple
multiple by where I
So
live.
to 5, not
You
17.
gotta kind of.
He's a little like.
If he sees little
Well,
companies
it's
happening
fun,
with
but
the
it's
macro
named.
economy, it's hard to put
That
on it for
They have a bunch of houses building or like planning construction, and they're all looking like. Pretty sure those are gonna go
nice.
very.
Are those, because I know that they're.
Yeah, I did like a whole time.
I think
I had by garage and I was just over this way.
It was like literally right up her.
Yeah.
And all of those spots.
But I
Like Bill too, it's like,
You are?
yeah, so.
They were built
Not 500, I think a single family.
I think I know where you're trying, I think it's like the
I
Diamond,
know, homes.
Diamond Road.
Yeah,
Roundabout.
yeah. That area.
We drive by it a lot, we're leaving to, when I go to work, or we go to like, certain, we still go down to like Minneapolis and stuff, so you gotta drive. We've been like seeing the houses.
Yeah. But it's still on their.
So they're actually building on it.
Yeah, they're building a house, yes.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think
Here's one where like it's very at the end, like we drive.
Why don't we just
We saw the.
kind of end?
We saw the stuff.
That's another one.
Someone's done now.
Go back to drive by there and see.
Okay, so there's a point solve. Who wants to nominate somebody they talked with that was very confident in this?
Adam seemed confident.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure like it also kind of shows us where the gaps are, right? More than anything. But that's where the tools come in. Ola made a really good point. He's like, how can we just know this intuitively without checking the MLS every day? Which is what, Ola, will you share with us what you do? Do you want to come up here? No, yes.
Yeah, what I do, normally when I wake up in the morning, I check the MLS. I have a particular interest around the Maple Grove area, so I check what's available there, because that's where my clients is looking towards.
Okay.
I have 4 of them now, the ones, New Brighton and Maple Grove, and so every morning I just check, and
And what do you actually search for?
The coming soon.
Active coming soon.
Yeah.
In
and the
Maple
same
Grove.
coming-
Or, did you say Maple Grove?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what I check for, and because I keep them updated every day, so so that's to rent a space in their head so that they can be thinking of buying. They are under contract already, but their leases are expiring in February and March. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Staying on the data, and that's like checking daily. We'll get to it, but there's a tool called Hot Sheets on MLS. To be honest with you, I've not utilized it. And so I found myself looking into it for this, but we can do some training on that because you can keep searches and you can renew them each day. You can look for a certain length of time and see how activity changed, like how coming soon's, all of that. So you can gauge, and that just helps. I am not the poster child of this whole, tracking data. So it's good. So yeah, there's gaps and now we know, but thanks for playing. So good. Adam, you make it a point to know your market.
I try to, yeah, but I'm gonna start doing what Ola does. I love it.
Yeah. What is your market? Where specifically?
I'm set for Egan.
Egan?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I try to do previews all the time.
Yeah.
I got an hour to do previews.
Okay. And what does that entail? A preview?
Oh, agent preview is you just book it and head in and walk around and do it in like 10 minutes. And then you're like, all right, well, I can see why that's 425,000 and it's about that size and da. So.
And that helps you with both pricing, if you're listing in the area, but also if you have the buyer.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah,
even potential
preliminary
buyers gives
work.
you a conversation,
Yeah,
trying to hook
that's
them, just thinking of you, just checked out this house.
Yeah, and working on behalf of them builds trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Awesome. Okay. So build your expertise daily, preview 1 to 2 new listings each week. So these are some things that you can take with you and implement. Drive by your farm area monthly. So if there's an area that you are kind of honed in on, I would say my parents, I moved them into a small townhome community in Apple Valley of about 40 homes. And so I try to farm that area, right? Just kind of stay in front of them in different ways. So it could just be a fall drop off, cater to that mostly senior community. For many of them, in all honesty, it's like their last stop before like a residential home. So you just kind of have to know that that's who's there and then cater to that group. Wendy Woodbury, incredible when it comes to this. If you don't know her, she was the top producing agent last year at the Market Center. She's my mentor, recruited me into real estate. And she does this faithfully. I was her assistant before I got my license. And every month she had me covering 3 particular neighborhoods and dropping things off faithfully, because it's like the consistency that matters. And the fruit comes from that just regular connection. So if you don't have a farm area, if you don't know your market, maybe start even thinking about that. Like what makes sense for you. If it's your neighborhood, if you just want to consistently farm your neighborhood, the closest 100 homes, highly recommend doing that. And then talk about real data in posts or conversations. So that'll help you build your expertise, right? So if you have to prepare for something or be at the ready, you got to be prepared. Doing this is helping me grow, being here every week and having to coach. It's an automatic. It just kind of works hand in hand. Who does well at posts, conversations, talking about real data? Like if you were to see someone and they said, tell me about the market.
Sometimes I'm winging it, but I'm comfortable with talking to people about it.
What would you say?
Like,
How's the market?
See, I think the market's doing good right now. We're up. I usually use the data that Jared gives us. I'm like, we're up 4.5% over the last year, but in our market center, we're up 12.5%. So it does matter what agent you're going with as well. So
yeah,
kind of like put myself in that position, like, hey, my market center is actually doing better than average. So
Good.
Select us.
Yeah, the market center success, especially when you're new and you feel like I don't have a resume, I don't have a transaction, who's gonna trust me? The market center is your resume.
Oh, yeah,
Like
I think
you
that lean on the
use
market
those
center
stats.
is Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you-
Like, my team is my market center. That's
Yep.
my team.
Right, because you're surrounded by all the seasoned agents, and yeah, the data proves it. Are you familiar with contract to close at all? Have you heard of it? Yeah. So they provide every 2 weeks they come out with market data, and so I love that one. It tells you Twin Cities. So it's kind of a little broad, but it'll tell you like the average days on market, how many like multiples from the 2 weeks previously. So it'll say up or down by this percentage. I will shoot that to clients, my favorite thing is to, if you go through a transaction and you feel like you've defied the odds, right? The average is this, but we did this, tell your people, you guys, you defied the odds with this one, and they're like, I'm amazing. Like, that's good to know, right? Because it's a nerve-wracking process, but we defied the odds and we came in, we beat the stats. The market data shows this, but we actually performed at a higher level. And that just builds trust. And then they're more likely to hand you a referral. So it all works in tandem. Debrief with another agent weekly. Cool idea. How's it going, right? What can I do to support you? What are some ideas that we could bounce off each other? Having a person, I've shared before, but I had a new agent when I was brand new. There was a huge age gap between us. She was coming from law enforcement. I was coming from church work, like the most unlikely pair, but we were each other's person. Like we sat in the room, we didn't know anything, but it was nice to share that. So, we were able to grow. We've been able to kind of grow together too, and look back 3 years and go, man, we've come a long way. So yeah, start with one habit. Just implement one of these. Preview 1 to 2 new listings each week. Like Adam, just look in your area. Maybe if you have buyers, or you're hoping to have buyers, know that. Like go visit some homes, go to some open houses, right? That's even easier in a way. Drive by, identify that farm area, talk about real data, and then debrief with other agents. All to get better. So your expertise, I heard the word expertise said today. So which habit is easiest to start this week? How could you show your knowledge publicly and pick one action step to implement? So that kind of goes back to that. Who wants to commit to one publicly? Yeah, Troy.
Yeah, I like the idea of the 1 to 2, previewing the listings.
Yeah, that's
So it's
awesome.
something easy to start.
Yep, great. Robert.
I'll start the day like how Ola said, getting that market data, just every day making sure I'm checking the market because I lucked up and I was right on a couple of the things, but I didn't know. Like I felt like I was in the hot seat. So
Same. Anyone online? Any of these that you want to implement starting this week? Something, a new idea, maybe that you hadn't thought about?
Thought about it, but haven't investigated, and that's farm areas.
Okay, yep. That's so good. And with the farming, it's consistency. It's so easy. I'm guilty of canvassing an area once and nothing comes of it. And you're like, not worth it. But it's all about consistency. You don't know until you've done it. Commit to a year, commit to 6 months, just make a commitment and don't just do it. Don't not do it. I was going to do I had an amazing idea to do a root beer float type event in my parents' driveway this summer. I thought that would just be sweet for that demographic, and I just didn't do it, right? And now I regret it because there are a couple of homes on the market all of a sudden, and I'm not the agent. I'm like, dang, that was a missed opportunity. The self-proclaimed mayor of the area, he's so cute. He lives next door. George. He knows everybody's business. He's that guy. He has all my cards. I was like, George, where were you, dude? Like, why are there 3 houses on the market and I'm not involved in any of them? But that's on me. That's on me. Cause I kind of dropped the ball. So regrets, we all have them. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When it comes to farming, what do you feel like is the best strategy, like boots on the ground, door knocking, and like going to go see?
Yeah. I would say mix it up. So you could do a mailer, you could do a newsletter, I would mix it up, drop by like seasonal begs for stuff like that. Last year in that neighborhood, I went to like Paul's Market, which is a garden center, and they gave a coupon. I just said who I was and that I wanted to bring business from a local neighborhood, and then just provided, it was like a fall type. It was a fall type thing. So Ashley did this for Halloween. So pass these around. This is so cool. So this was for the kiddos. And then this was for mom and dad, who maybe was standing back by the street.
Well, actually.
Yeah, tell the story.
Okay. Well, actually, both of these are for parents, except for I just ran out of cups, so I ended up putting it all in the bag. But I did have a bowl full of candy as well. So once they came up to the door, I gave the kids that, but also was like, Mom, I have you something as well, and kind of handed, the parents this, and then or they were out in the streets because most people kind of hung out when their kids came to the door. I said, oh, I got you something as well. And they're like, oh, thank you. They were very excited about it. So
yeah,
I just did something and put on there. It says, call me for pumpkin spice or real estate advice. And then and it has pumpkin spice inside of there. So that was the whole thing.
And she's already had people acknowledge that they got it. Right?
Yeah,
so
that was the
kind of
conversations that was at the door, because a couple of guys were, they're like, oh, that was nice. Well, I'm that house right over here. He was like, well, I can definitely use some pumpkin spice. I'm gonna have more than just pumpkin spice in there. But yeah, well, I can more than but I'll give you a call or what house, and it just kind of brought a conversation and made it very personable at the same time. So it was nice.
And what's brilliant about that is people are coming right to her. So it's
and they know
exactly
exactly
an
what it
opportunity.
is.
It's like kind of a no-brainer.
It's reverse hacking.
It's reverse.
That was the truth of it.
And that didn't take you very long to implement, because we talked like a couple of days before you made it happen.
Yeah, I appreciate your help too, because
yeah.
the thoughts were coming and it was how I wanted to do it, and then you just kind of helped me put something together, and I'm like, that's it.
That's it.
We're gonna go for it.
So
What
good.
else did you hand out?
I made like 40 of them, and I have I think 7 left.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of kids and a lot of, because it was rainy and everything, and people were with their kids, kind of coming there, and even from the street, when they were all there in the groups of kids, I was like, I have something for you. They're like, oh, I'm like, how many, my parents do we have? They're like, oh, my parents and this and that, and I'm just like grabbing, here, you guys go. I'm just giving it out to them. They're like, okay. And then the kids were just running like, she has something for you. This thing.
So good. Yeah.
I love pumpkin spice and lattes, and then it's a catchy slogan. They're gonna remember that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys, it's still fall, so you can feel that, right?
I'm actually
You'd be happy to provide that template. Open-handed.
Yeah, I definitely want to do more of that actually for Thanksgiving coming. Oh, and on the back of the pumpkin spice real estate advice, I put a recipe on the back of it too.
Smart.
So that
So
they
there's
can hang
value.
on to that as well. So there's like a pumpkin pie recipe that they can use for Thanksgiving.
So good.
So
And these are your neighbors.
yeah, and I felt like that was better versus them just kind of throwing it away. They can actually maybe use it,
So good.
I'm your pumpkin pie real estate guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
You have to. That's what you have to.
So what are you gonna do for Christmas then?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta figure it out.
They'll come back. They'll come back. Awesome. So yeah, that's an idea. It could be a mailer, because do you all know that you are able to hover over a neighborhood on the NLS and grab names and addresses? Okay, we can show you how to do that. So I've done that plenty of times where it just takes a while, but it's a handwritten. You can't minimize the handwritten. I know the seniors especially appreciate a good handwritten note. So it's worth the time and effort to do it, to take the time. Yeah.
a house for sale in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I just says, yeah, I'm showing a house in your neighborhood. Like, does he know where I live? I never told him that. He just did what you're just talking about.
Oh, yeah, you can find out anything.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Some people are like, how did you find out my address? I'm like,
No, how'd you know?
I know your name.
Yep. Yep. So Robert, that's so many things you could do, but just consistently, I kind of like the idea of changing it up. You obviously can't put things in a mailbox, but if they have that like newspaper thing, in my understanding, that's all fair game. So you can, marketing materials can go in those boxes and people just make sure it's visible. So when they come to their
Or the
mailbox.
door.
Or the
The
door,
door.
or the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could slide it like in the,
I did that to my neighborhood and just.
but if it says no soliciting, just don't solicit.
Yeah, not a single word.
If it says no soliciting, can you still send them self?
Yeah, yeah, they just don't want like ding, ding dong or not, yeah. Tom, our market update from our lender.
I'm gonna pivot a little bit this week. I'm gonna teach you a couple math hacks that I use.
A couple what
A
hacks?
couple of math hacks.
Ooh.
And I'm a math nerd. So this first one, and they're kind of investment related, but one of them would be really good for real estate. The first one, has anyone ever heard of the rule of 7 and 10? All right. So with investing, if something makes 7%, it doubles every 10 years. If something makes 10%, it doubles every 7 years. Okay. So I use this with my kids because I want them to start investing at an early age because time is your friend. And the earlier you start, the more power accumulated interest has. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you have somebody, I don't even need to write this down. Let's say you have,
Maybe you should.
let's say you have,
I'm visual.
let's say you have $20,000, $30,000 to invest. Just because I just grabbed that number. My handwriting's terrible. Okay. The stock market conservatively, if you invest something, it could get you 7%. Okay. Over the last 20 years, the S&P has averaged 10%. So let's say you have 7%. You have $30,000 at 7% in 10 years. What's that going to be worth? 60,000. Okay. So 7%, 10 years, that's worth $60,000. And then what's it worth in 20 years? 120,000. Okay. So if you're you have your first job, you start investing in 401k right away. The power of time makes that double a lot. Okay. If you wait 10 years to start investing, you've got $60,000 instead of $120,000. Okay. So that's kind of the gist of that one.
Oh. Do you want that?
But I use that all the time. It's really good for your kids if you want them to start early. It's easy math for them to get it. The second one is the rule of 72. Have you ever heard of this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So the rule of
72, yeah.
Rule of 72. If you take your investment return and divide it into 72, that's how long it's going to take your investment to double. Okay, this is a really good one for real estate. So anyone know what the average appreciation for real estate is over the last 20 years? 4%. It's between 4 and 5.5%, depending on who you talk to. So let's take 4% into 72 means your real estate's going to double in 18 years. Okay, so if you buy a $200,000 house in 18 years, it's gonna be worth 400,000. If you buy a $300,000 house in 18 years, it's gonna be worth 600,000. Okay, so if you've got a client that you're showing them $200,000 houses, they could afford 250 and you really want them to go to 250 because there's more available and it's just better, you can pull this math out. You just say, well, you know, the average rate of return on real estate is 4% a year. If you buy a $200,000 house, it's gonna be worth $400,000 in 18 years. If you buy a $300,000 house, it's gonna be worth $600,000. And just use this as, because they can do the mental math, you know, and go through that. And the other thing that I talk about with, if I get a client who's got a newborn, they're kind of pivoting on whether they're going to buy a house or not. I said, okay, if you buy a house now, $300,000 house, 4% annual return, by the time your kid turns 18 and is ready to go to college, that house is going to be worth $600,000. And you know how much higher education is now once your kid gets out of the house? That's going to help cover the cost of your kid's education by getting into the market early and using the appreciation over time, because it takes time for an asset to appreciate, versus saving, not buying a house and saving $1,000 a year and not having any money in 18 years because you didn't own real estate and you can't send your kids to school. So people get that when you put it up, when you throw it out that way.
Show the investment side of things, especially if they're not looking at it from an investment standpoint.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it always is.
So like, let's say somebody's got $30,000, they don't want to buy real estate, but they want to invest it. In 20 years, it's going to, well, at 7% in 10 years, that $30,000 is going to be worth $60,000. If they took that $30,000 and put 10% down on a house, $300,000 house, that investment's going to turn into $600,000 instead of $60,000. And that's the power of being able to leverage an asset with a loan, because it's leverage and there's no other asset that you can do that with that appreciates. You can buy a car, but they depreciate and they're not worth anything when you're done with them.
Cars are so upsetting.
Ugh.
So I use that math all the time, and especially that rule of 72 with clients, because it really, I bought 3 houses and every time I wish I would have bought a more expensive one. And if you can give them the fear of loss on that, buying that extra $50,000 because that's going to double, they can do the math and they get it. That's all I got.
Thank you. What do we need to know about the current?
The current, you know, there's a lot of good negotiating right now. Pretty good time for buyers. Seeing a lot of seller paid closing costs. Multiples aren't, you guys know this, it's much better than it was in the spring for sure. So I think it's a really good time now, you know, for people to be looking. Rates have ticked up a little bit. It's more mid 6s than low 6s.
Are rates predicted next year to go in the upper 5s, to come down?
What I'm seeing, most people are predicting like very upper 5s for rates next year.
Okay.
But they're never ready anyway, so.
Yeah, and I would almost encourage, I mean, people get really funny with the seasonal, right, in Minnesota, like who wants to move, but if people are willing, it's actually, you can really take advantage of that, the opportunity to make that move.
It's a good buying time for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Social media posts about it.
Yes.
It's worth it. Getting it out there, like,
Yep.
why it's a good time to buy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of feedback on my little post about not waiting until spring.
That was a good one. Cool.
It's true. I mean, it's actually factual. It's a better time to buy in the winter than it is in the spring. You know, You're not feeding them something that makes you look like a salesperson. It actually is a better time.
Yeah. And people have more time to think about things, right? Like they like a house, they don't have to write an offer that night because there's typically not too much competition. And it kind of puts pressure on the sellers, honestly.
I mean,
There's a lot of-
especially right now, like you got the 2 holidays coming up.
I was gonna
It's
say.
You know, it's gonna be dead between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and if you have a house that's sitting right now, like that's going through their mind, and then the winter and
Exactly.
carrying this cost for another 6 months.
You say better price, less selection is a fair way to balance it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think every single person in the wintertime that is selling their house, not every single person, but most people are serious sellers, because if you really, really think about it, if they're just testing the market, it's a terrible time to test the market. The homes are sitting longer.
Yeah.
So they would want to wait till spring. I've heard so many people tell me they're waiting till spring. So the ones that are like, I want to be on the market in the wintertime are serious. They need
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
100%.
And fun marketing opportunities in the holidays, right? You can just make a thing of it.
The buyers that are out are probably serious too, because you're not gonna be walking in snow to.
Just like Jared said.
They are serious, and you know, there's a lot of reload buyers in the winter, and they need a house now. You know, it's like serious people coming together to get a transaction.
Yeah.
Well, and it adds a whole different element, because I've had a couple winter listings where it's like, hi, we need snow removal to come like prior to the open, like the plows and like. it's
Yeah.
insane.
People tracking snow through.
Yes. But it's doable. I really do think you just try to capitalize on it. I think it's a challenge, because I think that notion of like the spring market gets in people's heads, and you can kind of, it's a myth, or can be. So thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. Yeah.
Thanks, Krista and Tom.